If you are watching this video, it's likely you are at least considering relocating to Northern Michigan. Hi, my name is Gino D'Angelo. I'm a local Northern Michigan real estate agent. And not only do I want to help you relocate to Northern Michigan, but I want to make sure you are the most savvy buyer possible in this extremely competitive market. And today I'm going to tell you about the 8 things you need to know before moving to Northern Michigan. The first step is to identify what is important about moving to Northern Michigan. Maybe you are relocating here because you have a new job. Maybe you want to be closer to family, or maybe you have always dreamed about retiring or living in Northern Michigan, and now it finally makes sense for you and your family to do so. Once you determine the reason, you can identify the areas and locations that are important to you, which is truly the first step in any home search. Now, this may make you laugh, but I have sold a number of houses recently to people from around the country who have never been not only to Northern Michigan, but Michigan at all. Now, while most people would call them crazy, I love the sense of adventure and sort of just seeing how life unfolds, which I believe is something we should all do once in a while. Now, if you're one of those people who have come to my channel to use it as a resource because you've never been to Northern Michigan and want to learn as much as possible, I would tell you to make sure you watch some of my other videos about specific areas in an attempt to help you identify where you'd like to live. Northern Michigan truly has something for everyone. Whether you want to live close to town or out in the country, one of the things I truly love about Northern Michigan is you can find everything you're looking for here. In fact, I recently just listed a cottage in the woods that is quote unquote off-grid, meaning they don't have electrical or plumbing services, and this house is on 40 acres adjoining state land. I was recently on a call with some fellow realtors around the country, and I was telling them about this unique opportunity to list this property, and they said there is no way that is ever going to sell. But we put it on the market and received multiple offers because there are people that want to live off the grid, and Northern Michigan is the perfect place to do that. Again, whether you want to be off the grid or one block from downtown, Northern Michigan has both worlds, and I think that is a really great thing. The third thing you need to do is one of the least fun parts, but definitely the most important, is speak to a bank. Northern Michigan is a very unique area with very unique types of properties, and there are special loan programs that cover them. There are loans like RD and USDA that you can only get in rural areas that have houses with some property. In addition to those loan programs, you have your typical conventional loan, VA loan, FHA loan, and even some specific loans like physicians programs if you're a doctor moving to the area. Also, we often recommend that you speak with a local bank that understands the area and attempt to make the process as smooth as possible. Now, you're more than welcome to use your bank from downstate or in a different area, and they will likely do an okay job. But I've had a lot of horror stories of out of the area lenders that are not used to Northern Michigan, making the process much harder than it needs to be. And also, there are a number of great banks and mortgage companies in Northern Michigan, and I'm certain you will find one you love. Now, once you speak to a bank, you can do the next step of the financial process, and that is create a budget. The bank will tell you what your monthly payment will be, but you need to factor other things into that as well. Things like HOA fees if you belong to an HOA, your water and sewer bill if you're not out in the country, and general maintenance items, as well as things you want to do to the house. Do you want to put new paint, carpet? Do you want to redo a kitchen? Do you want to redo a bathroom? What is your overall expense going to be into moving into this house? And I feel the more dialed into that you are, the more educated and savvy of a buyer you can be, putting yourself in a great financial position after you purchase your home. Number 5, and my personal favorite, hire a great realtor. Now, while I would love to be your choice, there are tons of great realtors in Northern Michigan who will walk you through the process and make sure it goes as smooth as possible. My team and I pride ourselves on helping people relocate to Northern Michigan as smoothly and seamlessly as possible. From doing virtual tours if you're not in the area, checking out subdivisions for you, and a number of other things to help give you the best advantage in relocating to Northern Michigan, we would be honored if you gave us a call. Number 6 is most of my clients' favorite. You get to start looking at houses. You've picked a realtor, you've talked to the bank, you've determined your budget, you've identified the areas that are important to you. Now it's time to go look at houses. If you have prepared yourself for this moment, it will be the most exciting part of the process. There are so many beautiful homes to look at in Northern Michigan, and I love opening the door and watching people's eyes light up when they finally find the one. I also often get asked, how soon in advance should I call you to begin looking at houses before I'm going to move? And that is a great question. I recently had somebody that wanted to buy a house in 90 days because they needed to relocate for their job and get started. They called me and thought they had plenty of time, but by the time we looked at a number of houses, had to go through a couple of rounds of multiple offers, got an offer accepted, went through the home inspection and appraisal process. Sometimes we have to give the seller possession after closing, that way they are able to move. We took just about the entire 90 days to do this. So it is never too early to start looking. Even if you're a year, 9 months, 6 months out, call me today and we can start going through the process, getting you set up on listing alerts so you can start to monitor the process. Because remember, we want you to be the most educated buyer possible when the time comes for you to start looking. Number 7 is, once you've looked at a number of houses and have found the house that works best for you, it's time to make an offer. Now, while as of the recording, we are out of the woods as far as having every single listing go highest and best and every house being a bidding war, we are actually getting houses accepted under asking price with buyer concessions and the seller agreeing to make repairs after inspection. So it is truly becoming a much better time to buy. Again, interest rates are still a little bit high, but we feel that those are going to be coming down in the near future, hopefully, making this a great time to consider relocating to Northern Michigan. And last but not least, number 8, you get to move into your new house and begin living the Northern Michigan lifestyle. I truly believe that being able to live in Northern Michigan is such a luxury. If you're able to find a job that supports the prices of houses here, or you're able to work remotely, or you've been saving your whole life and are finally able to retire here, you have accomplished one of many people's dreams, which is living in beautiful Northern Michigan. If after watching this video, you'd like to learn more about what it's like to live in Northern Michigan, please reach out to me directly at 231-487-6141. Thank you for watching.